On this episode of Playlog, we're talking about over 100 indie games with Summer Game Fest, the Devolver Digital Direct, and Wholesome Games. And that's not even all the showcases. Nailed it. Let's go.
Nailed it. First try.
First try. You guys are getting a behind the scenes of what the podcast is like. Except I stop recording in front of Topher because I screw him up, and we spend another 10 minutes be going on this episode of Playlog. We're doing fuck. Oh man. Hey guys, welcome back to Playlog, the podcast where we talk all things indie gaming. And of course, I couldn't do this alone because it'd be boring as hell. We're more than 30 seconds in to talk about indie games alone. So I've got my partner in crime, the Playdesk Kid themselves, Topher. What's poppin'? How we doing?
I'm just like, I'm trying to watch all of the showcases.
There's
and
so
I
many.
cannot do it.
There's so many. we miss future of play. What the fuck? There's two different future ones.
Yeah.
Future of play, future game showcase. We missed one of them during our reaction. Speaking of which, you can watch. Yeah, you should see all three reactions up before the podcast goes up, if timing permits. For Wholesome Games, Summer Game Fest, and Devolver Digital Showcase. But man, Topher, it's a weekend, man. So many showcases, so many indies to talk about.
I love that Steam has like this summer showcase of summer showcases.
Yep, it keeps me organized over
all
here.
of them. Yeah.
Oh god. Oh yeah, you added it in. Yeah, so like just listing them, there's the Steam Summer Showcase of Summer Showcase, including Summer Game Fest, Devolver Direct, Wholesome Games, Future of Play, Latin American Game Showcase, Women-Led Game Showcase, and the PC Gamer Showcase. There's also probably Indie Light, but there's the Xbox Showcase tomorrow and the Ubisoft one on Monday. So there's a lot of showcases this weekend. And I'm sure even there, I'm probably missing like one or two that I'm like, oh shit. Guerrilla Collective was yesterday. Like that was.
Oh yeah.
Fuck. Well, 2 days ago, so there's podcasts going up, but you know how it'd be. Yes, by the way, chat, since we're doing like the podcast live, I'm sure we'll be peeking at chat. And if there's something we want to interject with, like, by the way, here we go. But we'll probably won't be like reading chat actively, but please feel free to keep telling us things. And we go like, yo, this person said this, blah, blah, blah. But before we get into the whole rigmarole of what we all saw today, don't forget that right here on youtube.com/CJNB, unless you're watching and listening on Spotify, then right here isn't relevant to you. But I posted a video a couple days ago where I talked about some Pop Agenda Steam Next Fest demos I got to play, including Thank Goodness You're Here, Arranger, and Mexico 1921, A Deep Slumber. 3 demos that are going to be at Steam Next Fest that are really dope. You should definitely check out that video and see what I thought about those. Then go play them for yourself. Tomorrow, as this episode going up, because Steam Next Fest is finally fucking here. Let's go.
Yeah.
If you could do me a favor, like the video or leave a 5-star review, because when this episode drops, it's my birthday. So you got to do it for me.
Really?
Yeah, birthday's tomorrow. I'm old as shit.
Old as shit. Don't get me started on old as shit.
What did I say, man? We getting old. You're like, what, 13 this year? It's crazy. Yeah. Oh,
look at all the early birthday wishes in chat.
Thank you, guys. Thank you so much. I'll take birthday wishes in cash. So if you like to Venmo me or
no, your birthday wishes have come in playable demos.
Listen, there's plenty of them. There's plenty of them, and we're gonna get into those in a minute here. But guys, thank you again for watching. Well, I was going to say a condensed episode, but with over 100 games to talk about, probably not condensed in terms of shorter, but we're going to cut out the write-in questions, the indie news, all that stuff. This is all the indie news. It's all one spot. So we're going to do that. That being said, continue right into the show. Use the link in the description because we need that for next week's episode. I think we're a little dry. So if you have questions, you want to know about content creation, indie games, whatever, write in and then tell us about your favorite indie game because it's important to do. You want to talk about all these games now?
I am ready for it.
Okay. So if we start chronological, we want to start with Summer Game Fest. Now, you haven't watched that one, correct? Are you planning to? You're just like, I hate Jeff's face. I don't know here.
I'm not a big fan of his face. I watched some of it. Like, I watched the VOD of your stream from last night. Well, for me, last night.
Sure. Yeah. The timelines.
I watched some of it. I skipped like most of the AAAs.
Yeah, no, that's fair.
Yeah,
there was some dope stuff altogether.
what I did like that I want to mention beforehand is like the billboard that was put up outside of the building where Summer Games Fest was recorded.
Oh, I hadn't seen
Did you
this.
see that?
No.
It was I can't remember the developer, but they did an advertisement and it just said rest in peace to like a number of studios
yes,
that have just been closed.
yes, I did see that. Yes.
Yeah, and I really like that.
I can't think of what studio did it, and I wish I knew it off the top of my head. Yeah. But yeah, for all the studios that closed, they made like a little fun, like, hey, always remembered, never forgotten type tribute thing. That was really cool. Yeah, that was dope.
Yeah. I like that.
Damn. Hate to see studios go, dog. That sucks the worst, but we out here, we stand and we still playing those games. Maybe. I also don't want to see like Hi-Fi Rush 2 come from anyone other than Tango. Like, I still want Hi-Fi Rush 2, but if it's not the team that made it, I don't want to touch that. I don't want that to exist, but we hope and we dream.
Yeah.
Did you find a team for that, or is that lost in the abyss of social media?
I haven't found it yet.
Okay, no sweat.
I'm still looking, but
then
I thought there was an article on it, but I can't find it.
They hide it from us.
I dreamt it.
Yeah. But yeah, it wasn't real. The bill was fake. We both made it up. But to talk about some of the indies and all the indies that we saw at the Summer Game Fest, there were quite a few. I think there's around 20. I think I have here on the list, give or take. Starting off the show pretty early, the first indie we saw was No More Room in Hell 2. I'm not familiar with this game. You ever played No More Room in Hell?
No.
Yeah, it seemed like it was like Call of Duty Zombies, but there's like permadeath to it. I think it's 8-player co-op. If your character dies, they're dead. I don't know if you just make a new one to join. But it seemed cool for people who like that kind of stuff. Next up, we had Cuffbuster, which was a super fun surprise. I think we were really excited. That is from the dev who made Choo Choo Charles.
Mm-hmm.
And I said first thing, I was like, dude, the quality of Choo Choo Charles was questionable. Like visually it was okay, but it wasn't great. This seems like a major step up. And like
it does,
bro, what a jump. You play these little like gummy bear dudes called Jalians, and you're like trying to escape prison. That one looks fun.
Mm-hmm. I just hope like it's one of those indie games that need multiplayer, and
yeah,
let's just hope it gets the player base.
Yeah, fingers crossed, dog. I love to see that. How about this? Do you want to jump back and forth? I know I just started reading, and I don't want this to be 2 hours of me just reading a list. Do you just go back and forth?
Next up was Neva. I don't know how to pronounce it.
I'm saying Neva, but I think that's wrong. Neva sounds right.
I have no idea, but it comes to us from the developers behind Gris or Gris. Again, no idea how to pronounce it.
I say Gris, I always get yelled at, and it's like it's Gris, dummy. I'm like, whatever, okay.
It's another 2D side-scrolling, what you call it, platformer. Yeah, it does feature a bit of combat this time, I think.
Yeah, it does.
So I'm really curious because since it comes from a developer from Gris, I just wonder, like, going for another 2D platformer, people are gonna compare both games.
Yeah, for sure. What we saw, I was very excited for Neva, the new wolf game. Because throughout the trailer, you see like it looks like the wolf is growing up. So I don't know if it's like per chapter, you're like, this is this many months later, this many years later. I'm like, oh shit, it's gonna be crazy. And I swear to God, if the first dog dies, then the second dog dies, I'm gonna riot. I'm gonna lose my mind. But it looks
we are gonna cry.
Oh, so many tears. But it looks awesome. I'm so excited for that one.
Yeah.
Nasty burp. Where'd that come from? Ricola? Anyway, I've had a sore throat since yesterday with the Summer Game Fest, so I've had like 5 Ricola today. So notice that. Do I have another one? I have another one.
Only
just in case.
5.
Only 5. The rest of the bag's in the kitchen. Next up, we got a trailer for Black Myth Wukong, which looks sick as hell. I'm in a weird spot where like we haven't gotten a lot of gameplay trailers. It is typically cinematic trailers, and that sometimes is a red flag, but I have this, I guess, unwarranted confidence about it where I'm like, but it's gonna be good. It'll be fun. So I'm excited for that one. Still releasing on August 20th, but they also announced special editions. One comes with, I think it's like the headband, I think is what it was, but it looked like a giant inner tube. I don't really know. And the other one came with the statue of Wukong. Probably, have you seen this trailer yet? The new one? So it's basically him marching up a mountain, and then he's just like, I guess I'm ready to fight. He reaches in his ear and pulls out like a Q-tip. I'm like, what is that? And then he just expands into his staff. I'm like, oh, okay, that's what he does. That's kind of weird. What if the thing just expanded in there? Can he die? Is it like, oh, it can't expand when it's in my ear? But yeah, just it was weird. He just like pulled out of his ear. Would recommend seeing unless you don't like body horror. I don't call it that.
Well, I'm glad I didn't see it.
Yeah. Oh man.
Yeah.
Let me see. I know I have Once Human on there for you, but I didn't write down anything about what the game is.
I've opened the Steam page.
Perfect. You're on top of it.
I can do this I can do this like professionally.
Bet. Let's do it.
Once Human is a multiplayer open-world survival game set in a strange post-apocalyptic future. Unite with friends to fight monstrous enemies, uncover secret plots, compete for resources, and build your own territory. Once you were merely human, now you have the power to remake the world. I have nothing to say about this one.
It looks cool. Again, probably not one that I think I'd be into, but if it maybe the itch where nothing's out, and I'm like, ooh, you know what? I could fuck around and find out. That's cool.
Danny, we've just witnessed over 100 games. You really think it's gonna be another time where you have nothing to play?
No, probably not. But I think on the doc I put July 3rd, but Steam says July 9th, so I probably have a typo. But yeah, July 9th on that one. More July games. Next up we saw Tears of Metal, which I thought looked pretty cool. I almost want to say like co-op Dynasty Warriors type vibe, but it's this medieval hack and slash. Let me see. Carve through hordes of enemies to reclaim your island and with the help of your formidable Scottish battalion. Very cell shaded, might not be the word, but I also saw Davide Apagababa blah 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 blah.
That's what I said.
That's what I said. That one's by Paper Cult. This one looks really cool. I forget. Paper Cult did Blood Roots a few years back.
Oh, cool.
I didn't love that one. Visually I did, but I think the gameplay didn't really hit with me. But this looks a little bit different, less chaotic and more just like brutal battles. But yeah, Tears of Metal looks really cool.
Yeah, and, I think it has dragons as well.
Dragons? I might have missed that.
Yeah, I wrote down Scotland and dragons.
Scotland and dragons. Bet. Okay. Yeah. Dragons out here, baby. That one looks cool.
Yeah. Next up we have Deer and Boy. This one comes to us from Lifeline Games, and it is a cinematic platformer where you follow the journey of a boy who, during his flight, will meet an unexpected companion. Together they will overcome many obstacles that will change their lives forever. You'll never guess what the companion is.
It's a dog! No. This, dude... I don't want to stop and show trailers for all of them because we just would never get this done. This would be an extra live 24-hour stream deal. But man, this was probably my takeaway indie from this showcase, man. This looks so gorgeous. It looks so much fun. I love big fucking deer. like fantasy deer. Like we first saw it, I'm like, oh, it's Bambi the game. I'm like, no, it's different. This is lit. This is so cool. I need to see the big deer.
I really like that this was originally a solo developer.
Yeah. Like Solo Dad was like, I brought a team. Look at that big fucking deer. Glowing horns, man. That's not even the coolest deer we saw this weekend.
True.
Yeah. But that one was easily like my takeaway from the Summer Game Fest showcase. Let me pull this one up for the next one. Yeah, cool game. I think they won't have a date. I don't think so.
Let me check.
Get it right one down. I had to pull it up. Okay, cool. So, coming someday. Hopefully not as long as the other deer game that took like 7 years. That still isn't out, but we don't judge. Indie, take your time.
Yeah.
Let me see. Next up, we got another look at Slitterhead, which I always feel like dangerous about saying. I'm like, oh god, that doesn't sound safe. Adventure horror survival type deal where they were showing like some kind of ghost hopping out of people, but it was like they'd walk off a building and then jump out to another one. So it seemed like you're just sacrificing bodies to traverse as some like spirit. I made the comparison to like Brooke from One Piece, even though that's not what Brooke does, but like the ghost coming out of the body. It was cool. I don't know if I have the guts to play this one. It looks a little scary for me, but I want to say they said from the creator of like the original Silent Hill, I believe. I'm not well versed enough in the franchise to be like, oh, that guy, but
no idea.
Yeah, scary.
It's
monsters.
Horror. I'm like, I don't vibe with horror.
Like, I'm out. I'm done. I'm out.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I think horror fans will be a fan of that. We'll enjoy that one. So
yeah,
Slitterhead.
Next up, we've got Killer Bean.
Which,
like the first time I saw the trailer, I was like, is this GTA but you're a coffee bean?
Yeah.
Now it's more of a roguelike, I think, when it comes to gameplay.
Maybe.
But you basically play a rogue assassin coffee bean who takes out the trash in this world one bullet at a time. It looks cool, and it has like the Max Payne kind of slow motion diving all over the place.
The bullet time, yeah.
Yeah, so it looks cool, and it's made by a single developer, which is impressive.
There you have it. This was a fun one because I saw it. I'm like, oh, I've seen this before. I can't remember what it's called. And chat's like, Killer Bean, Killer. I'm like, okay, chat knows. I had nothing. I'm like, I've seen this little. I thought it was a potato. and chat was like, it's Killer Bean. There's a movie. We got to watch the movie. I'm like, there's a movie? I thought this was just. I don't know what this is. Chat was all about it. No, it looks fun. I think I'm gonna enjoy it.
You can fly a jet plane? Like, what the hell?
As coffee beans do, baby. As coffee beans do.
Yeah, of course.
But that one looks fun. Yeah, GTA Coffee Bean looks great. Next up, the Game Baker showed up with their next game, Cairn. It is another mountain climbing adventure. I felt so bad watching this person climb because they just have like foot wraps on, no shoes. Please give your character some shoes, Game Bakers. What are we doing here? But yeah, it's one of those story-rich, atmospheric ones. You're climbing the mountain, you're putting in the stakes and everything. So we've had things like Jusant, we've had Surmount. So in that similar vein, but not like, you know, it has its own take on it. Game Bakers has made Fury and they made Haven, which I enjoyed both of those. Fury had some beef with the difficulty, but you know, the game is still cool. Haven I still have to go finish, but yeah, Cairn looks really cool.
You mentioned the difficulty. I think that's it. The difficulty is the one thing that's making me have doubts about playing this because it does look like a more difficult version of Jusant.
I could see it. Yeah.
We'll see.
Yeah, if it has the accessibility being like, oh no, your stamina's higher or whatever, like that's cool. It's one I want to get my hands on to see how difficult it'll be. I was hoping to be like, here's a demo to try it and be like, okay, we're seeing the vibe. We'll see how it goes. But yeah, visually I'm all about it. It looks cool. Cairn. So check out Cairn.
Next up, we've got Wonderstop. Wonderstop, like with an A, not with an O. This comes to us from the creator of the Stanley Parable and the Beginner's Guide, which you recently played, I believe.
Yeah, for the first time, dog.
Yeah. And this time around, they've created a game. It's a narrative-centric, cozy game about running a tea shop, but also PTSD. Because we cannot have indie games and not feature depression.
Yeah. We sat watching this one yesterday during the reaction. I'm like, this looks a little wholesome for like the guys from Stanley Parable and the Beginner's Guide. And then they cut to like, sometimes just go sit on the bench and do nothing. And then like the heartbeat kicks in and all the different like distant noises of like, oh no, it's going to get sad. This one looks, I like the vibe of this one because it is more my speed for the typical gameplay, but it seems like it's still going to have that impact like Stanley Parable and everything else. So like, yeah, I think it's going to be cool.
Yeah, it's also being published by Annapurna, so that's quite a quality label there.
And recent announcement, we'll talk about Jenny more when we get to the Wholesome Direct, but Jenny recently left Kepler and is now doing PR for this game for the team behind Wonderstop. So congrats, Jenny, on the promotion, the new move, the lateral move, whatever works best for describing the position. But yeah, she'll be working with the game, so that's why I'm like, Jenny, let's get the inside. What are we doing? We're going to bring Wonderstop on the podcast? What are we doing? Get that news, baby. Then next up we had Unknown 9 Awakening. I put this one down and I don't think it's indie.
I have no idea.
Published by Bandai Namco, Reflector Entertainment. I forget. It's their first game.
Skip it.
Yeah, let's do that. All I'll say is that the main character, I'm pretty sure, is the girl who plays Yennefer from the Witcher series. But I don't know for sure. But if you think that sounds cool, like check out Unknown 9. Yeah, it does. But like, she has a darker complexion, so I don't know. I'm like, I don't know what they did. I'm not sure about that one, but we'll see. But yeah, if we skip on to the next one, which I'll take over, Anatria. This is another dope one. Very Liza P-esque. It's Natria. The last song is a Souls-like, set in a beautiful sunset world inspired by Italian folklore with the brightest sun casts. Where the brightest sun casts the darkest shadows. It seems like very Liza P, but you're like taking masks from your enemies and you're like equipping them, and it gives you different like characters, but they're more like classes, so you can kind of swap between them. There's like a 15-20 minute gameplay segment on Steam that I haven't sat to watch yet. We kind of skimmed it, but it looks cool. The vibe is there. It's another thing where I'm like, Liza P looks really great, but Souls like, I don't know if I'm in. But there is a demo for this one on Steam, so it might be worth trying to be like, can I get used to it? Can I get with it? I don't really know, but I got to tell Connor I know he was interested in that one too.
I mean, you're really good at Souls likes now.
I mean, I have platinum Another Crab's Treasure, so I'm kind of the best there is. So if they want the smoke, they can come and get it. You know what I mean? No. Yeah, no. If you like Liza P, check out Enotria, Enotria. The last song on Steam looks really dope.
Yeah. Next up, we've got not just a game, but a whole initiative coming to us from Innersloth, the people who made Among Us. And they are launching their own indie fund program to help ship indies, which is just an amazing initiative.
Yeah, dude.
I guess they know how it feels to get lucky enough to have your game go viral.
Yeah.
And they want to help other developers experience similar success, and that's really cool.
Yeah, I thought this was such a cool thing. Like, they came out, I'm like, oh, they're announcing another expansion for Among Us or Among Us 2 or something like that. But then be like, hey, we were the game that came out in 2018. Nobody touched us. We weren't getting it. We didn't know what to do. To then have it blow up during COVID. They're like, we got lucky. And like, that's awesome that happened. We want to make sure other studios have the opportunity to not have to worry about that like stress, or like try and help in what way we can. So that was such a cool move. I love that they're doing this. One Button Boss is one I totally forgot about until I saw this like little snippet of what games are like part of the program. And I love it. I love that they're doing this, and I just hope this means more indies get more spotlight. So let's go.
Yeah, I've already seen two developers that I really like mention that they're going to be releasing a game through this program.
Yeah.
It's Outer Loop, the people who made
Thirsty Suitors.
Thirsty Suitors,
and
yeah.
There's another game, yeah. Falcon Age just showed it, yeah.
Yeah. And also Visai Games, who made Venba.
Yes. I don't think they were they in this trailer? I saw it afterwards on Twitter. I'm like, did I miss it on
Twitter as well.
Okay. Yeah, so that's another great one. Oh, so many bangers here, man. There was I don't know whose clip it was, but the Outer Loop guy in the trailer, he was at Summer Game Fest and they were doing their thing, and he's taking a picture of himself on the screen, and then someone took a picture of him taking the picture. And I was like, that's cool. I love that. He's like, I think the couch was like, I'm sitting with royalty. I'm like, it's cool. I love this. Yeah, dude, Outer Sloth is dope. I can't wait to see this be like more beneficial. It's like the thing where like seeing Donkey do his publishing company. This isn't a publishing company; it's a fund, but neither here nor there. Like, that's just such a dope process. I love it. They're just adding more help.
Absolutely.
Yeah. And then, kind of within the same announcement, I realized I totally butchered these bullets. But along with that was like the Among Us show trailer. Won't lie, not disappointing. I think the animation looks great. But they revealed this voice cast, and we didn't hear any voice acting. It was all just like the goofy animation with sound over it. And I'm like, I was hoping to hear like, you know, Yvette Nicole Brown or Elijah Wood speak as characters, but maybe next time. I think we saw it was a CBS joint, so I'm expecting that's a Paramount Plus show then. I don't think that was formally announced, but that's my guess.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
Bet.
Yeah. Next up, we've got a Hyper Lightbreaker, which is coming to us late summer, and I am really like wondering if this is going to be as good as it should be.
Yeah.
Because I've heard so many people who have played the preview not feeling it completely.
Yeah.
And that's a shame because like it's by Heart Machine, which is an amazing developer, and I really want them to do well. But we'll have to wait and see.
Yeah. I'm excited for this one. I've been saying, like, I enjoy Risk of Rain 2, but I got into it so much later than my friends. So, like, when we get in, they're, like, already skilled, better than me doing the things. Then I get the spot where I die, and then they keep running, and then I don't get respawn till the next round, but then I'm behind on loot. And while they're getting more loot, I'm not getting loot, and I'm dying again. I'm like, this isn't fun. And I'm hoping, like, starting this fresh, being, like, maybe not the first one, but, like, getting in with the group and being, like, we're starting Hyper Light Breaker, like, at the same time, and, like, I'm going to try and keep the skill gap minimal. Like, that's what I'm excited for. I've heard the same things about people not loving the gameplay so far, and I'm hoping with it being early access, that means we adjusted some stuff. If you still don't like it, we can still adjust some stuff, and then we'll just make it feel better over time. But yeah, I dig it. As someone who's yet to finish a Heart Machine game,
Same.
Breaker looks dope. Hyper Light Drifter gave me some beef when we went back to stream it. I feel like I was just getting too lost for, like, streaming content. I'm like, this isn't fun for people to watch. And then Solar Ash was just dope. It was just bad time, other things. But, like, Solar Ash, when I definitely get back to and play. But, yeah, Breaker this summer. Let's get it, baby. Let's see. Next up, the first big update for Pal World, the Sakurajima update. I think I said that right. Introducing a new island, some new pals, a new raid boss, new structures. I think they introduced, like, an oil rig and stuff for power and energy resources. Just a big old update for Power World. I think it includes a new, like, gym boss, new gym battle. So a bunch of dope stuff for Power World coming. That's really dope. I think it was the last indie announcement at the Summer Game Fest then. Pretty sure. I was expecting a Helldiver announcement, but
no, it's cool that like I don't vibe with Pal World, but that's fine. But I think it's cool that it has that much of an impact that they save it until one of the last announcements.
Yeah, it's a dope one, dude. Because they talk about it like Jeff starts the show with being like, "Hey, this year has been not great for the games industry. Layoffs are crazy. We got to treat our devs better." I'm like, totally agree. Glad Jeff finally said something because people kept calling him out for not saying anything as like one of the voices in games. But then following that up, he mentioned like, "Hey, here's some of the smaller games that aren't getting physical releases, releasing solely on Steam," and like, out of the 10 he showed, like 8 of them or whatever, like a majority of them with the exception of 2 were like indie games. Like, indie games are doing it. I'm like, yes, they are, Jeff. So that told me we're going to see more indies. And if I had to compare to last year, I have to assume we saw way more indies than we did in previous years. And I'm hoping it stays that way. So
yeah,
keep bringing them up. Keep bringing them up, Jeff. Put them on the damn screen. But that is a wrap on the Summer Game Fest indies. Good showing. I enjoyed everything we saw there. Won't pick it all up, obviously, because there's no time and money for that. But I mean, Black Myth Wukong, Deer and Boy, Killer Bean, some bangers.
Yeah.
Then to follow up with what we moved on to today, I'm not really doing timestamps, but
no timestamps. Oh.
Yeah, I didn't think. I guess it would just be 3 times. Well, intro, Summer Game Fest, Devolver, Wholesome, outro. Like, so I can fix those. But for the sake of the bit, timestamp. Anyway, next up was Devolver Digital. They had their showcase last night. You and I both were like, it's late for me. I'll be doing D&D, et cetera, et cetera. So like, we'll hold off. We did it this morning. Fun showcase. Devolver does their weirdness with their showcases. We got to see a bunch of cool stuff today. Do you want to start this one off? Or you want me to start it off?
I can start it off. Like the first big announcement after this really weird intro was Cult of the Lamb is getting co-op.
Yeah, baby.
And I think it might be a bit late to add co-op now. I don't know how many people are still playing Cult of the Lamb like religiously.
Yeah.
But if it gets people back to the game, then cool.
Yeah.
There's also going to be a new goat character.
Yeah.
So
goat,
you're not just going to keep 2 lambs.
Lamb, whichever one he is. You know, he's something. Yeah, that's August 12th. I didn't put it on the doc, but August 12th at co-op. I said during the reaction, as someone who had watched or had played through the game twice, got the platinum twice, I love Cult of the Lamb. It being local co-op is like, if it was online, I could see myself like jumping in trying to do it. But anyone picking up being like, oh, I need something to play with my friends, I need something to play with my significant other, whatever the case is. I think this would be like a top recommendation. Then I'm like, Cult of the Lamb's great if you want to play it co-op. There's an update coming in August, so go check that out. You can play it local. So I think it's a good thing to add. But yeah, you're right. How many people have like finished and moved on and like are jumping back into Cult of the Lamb? But I love the key art. If I can get that key art, I might make them my wallpaper. Honestly, it's kind of lit. That's good key art.
Yeah.
After Call to Land, we got another trailer for the Crush House, which is this reality show game where you're playing like the man in the chair. And the trailer is showing off what seems to be some kind of time loop rewind kind of mechanic where you can be like, oh, this person and this person are making out. Exactly. Person 4 and 5 are making out. Person 4 and 5 are getting in a heated argument. And it was showing all the different things you could do as like someone running a reality show. Something in the vein of like The Perfect Match or name any of them, Love Island, all them shits. And then there is a demo available now to play. I'll be probably playing that once we finish the podcast here because I'm excited to check that one out. Yeah, the Crush House looks fun. I'm excited for more of that one.
Yeah, it does. I'm just really curious how gameplay is actually gonna like work.
Yeah,
like what the UI is. How is this gonna be like a game that lends itself to controller, or is this more of a mouse and keyboard type of deal?
I'm predicting mouse and keyboard. I don't know if this one has like a console announcement. I'd have to double check. I know at least Steam, so. But either way, yeah, I think I'm thinking mouse and keyboard, but hopefully it's adapted for controller then.
Yeah. So I get to announce the next one.
Yeah, you do.
So I get to butcher it as well.
Well, let me fix the typo I had there. Boom.
The next one is called Tenjutsu. This comes to us from the designer of Dead Cells.
Yeah,
if I recall correctly.
Yeah.
And you step into the shoes of a renegade Yakuza, hellbent on defying her former associates and loosening their grip on the secret garden city in a fast and fluid rogue jutsu.
Man, this looks fire.
This looks so amazing.
Like, it's one of the ones where they start with an animated trailer and you're like, ooh, what's this going to turn into? What's this going to be? Like, but even watching this, oh, fuck, I'd watch this. This 90s styled anime, but like, it's so clean and she's stabbing dudes and there she's knees the dude in the face. Like, oh man, me next question mark? I don't know. I'm in a place. But this looks lit. I'm so excited to check this one out. I don't think we got any date wise for that one. I think it was just here's the game. Cool. Yep. To be announced. But yeah, Tenjutsu. Excited to wish list. Boop. I'll have to remember to tweet out later. I said I have to add all the stuff to the wish list from today. So I started the day off at 685. I'm currently at 687. We'll see how much that jumps once I go through everything. After Tenjutsu, we got an update on the Talos Principle DLC, which I wrote literally nothing down on. I just put Talos Principle DLC. So let me vamp while I pull up any information on that. The weather's nice. The Talos Principle 2 Road to Elysium DLC is 3 expansions in 1. I didn't get that from the trailer, but this article says so. But the expansion drops on PlayStation 5, Series X, and PC starting on June 14th. I think it's a $20 expansion. As part of a 3-part coda, which will give players 3 new areas to discover across distinct chapters. Cool. I haven't gotten into a chapter, or I haven't gotten into fuck me, man. I can't speak. Talos Principle 2 yet. I've played a little bit of the first one, but never gotten to 2. Visually it looks great, and I think this looks like more fun for people who like their puzzle games.
Yeah, I'm too stupid for this type of game, and that's fine. But I think people who are into this, they're gonna love this.
Yeah,
it looks phenomenal.
Hell yeah, dude.
Yeah. But on to the next one, because we have so many more to go.
Yeah. Bring the pace though.
Next one is a fun one. It's Angerfoot. It's a first-person shooter where you pick people. And this new trailer gave us a fuck ton of new shoes.
So many shoes, baby, all the shoes.
But it also gave us a release date, July 11th.
Yeah, baby. I'm amped. I played this demo before. Devolver picked it up. It's super fun, and seeing this new trailer, like, shoes weren't like a thing. Like, the story of the game is like someone breaks in your house and steals like your favorite pair of shoes, and now you're like kicking people to find it, like to find your shoes and whoever stole them. And having these new mechanics was like, oh, there are like new shoes now. There's some that like I think it was like a taser type shoe. Some that gave you double jump. Some that was like a rapid fire. You just went like with like your feet, like a Is it Liu Kang? Is that the Mortal Kombat one that does like the rapid bicycle kick? Like it was something like that.
Yeah.
It was really cool. I'm excited for Angerfoot. Now we have a date in July. I got to start prepping my July video now so I don't go like, oh no, there's too many games. I have to pick babies that can't be here.
I think you might have to do 2 videos for
It
July.
might be. July part 2. But yeah, man, Angerfoot looks lit.
Yeah.
So dope. And then to round out the Devolver Showcase, it was only 20 minutes, not too many announcements, just some big ones. Heart Machine is working with Devolver Digital to produce Possessors. I'm not sure I'm going to read that. So the logo is Possessor, but it's got an S in parentheses. And I wasn't sure going into this what we're going to get from Heart Machine, if we're going to new trailer for Breaker, but then we got that at Game Fest. So I'm like, so it's got to be something new. But it is a 2D platformer. Did they have Metroidvania? No Metroidvania, so just platformer.
Really?
Yeah, I'm thinking like maybe demons. Probably wants to say vampires. I mean, they're possessing stuff apparently, so I will go with demons for now. But visually, it nails that Heart Machine style, the vibrant colors, the neon colors, the style. Oh, mwah, immaculate. I said during the showcase, like the character designs remind me a lot of Chris Tales.
Yeah.
And I'm assuming with the S in parentheses, I'm assuming we start the game as like the main female protagonist. And then eventually we get the other guy in the trailer. It's like the Possessors. We work together. Or I'm totally wrong. And it's a multi-personality thing. You never know. We don't know. But yeah.
It's
Possessors.
interdimensional, it says here, so...
Interdimensional. So we could be doing like a medium type shit, jump between realities. Escape a brawling flooded city overrun with surreal interdimensional horror and a fast-paced action side scroller. And wish list. Boom. Yeah, dude. Looks fire.
I might be more excited for this one than I am for Hyper Light Breaker.
I get that. Yeah, the single player experience. Yeah, I'm sure this will be. I'll probably get. I got to pump my brakes on what I say. I say I'll probably get more enjoyment out of this one. But I'm sure longevity, Heartbreaker, a Hyper Light Breaker will have more screen time just being multiplayer. But this one looks like it's gonna hit different.
I think so.
Let's fucking go, baby.
Yeah.
But with that was a Devolver Showcase, and now timestamp, and
It's the big one.
whew, Jenny Wyndham and the team over at Wholesome Games came in swinging with 70 plus games at the Wholesome Direct.
And they all have demos.
And like most of them have demos. Fuck, how do we even start? I guess we'll just start going. There might be fewer that we stop and talk about at this point. I mean, we're at 40 minutes in. Can we talk about? Yeah, we got it. They started off with Myth Match, which is like this match 3 adventure game. You ever see the mobile game where it's like, oh, put the 3 trees together, then make the next tree, then take 3 of those trees, make the next one. It was that, but it was like Greek mythology, if I recall. I might be making that up. I think there was a Cerberus in there, yeah. So, looks dope. First thing to show, I was like, yeah, nah, my little mobile game fixation on these type of games. Now I can play it on Steam, and it feels like a Switch game, but yeah, no, it looks lit. I can't wait for that one.
Just checking because I want like more information.
Oh, I got you. We
On the next game, that's Caravan Sandwich.
Yeah.
But the witch is like a witch. Get it?
Wait. I did write Caravan Witch Sand, didn't I?
You did. But it's fine. It's fine. I found it.
There you go.
Basically, this is like a journey, a driving journey.
Yeah.
Through this kind of sci-fi world. It's not just driving, you're going to be running around as well, but there's no combat, no death, no timer. Just you and discovering what this world has to offer, and it looks fantastic. It also has frogs, which was really popular.
Frogging it up, baby. We frogging it up.
Yeah.
Let me see. So after we saw Caravan Witch Sand, we got Tiny Bookshop, which we all know I'm excited for. A while back on stream, we looked at the trailer for this one, and chat's like, is there going to be manga in it? So we tweeted at the devs. They liked my tweet, didn't respond. So, Neil Ludic, we've decided there has to be a CG Danny B manga in the game. So if you don't put that in there, my chat's going to be disappointed. But
CG Manga B.
CG Manga B. Listen, I'll say I've always had the idea of CG Danime B as like an extra channel where I'm like, I'm watching this anime for the first time. That's a lot of effort. I don't got the time for that. If I had an editor, sure, but we ain't doing that. But yes, Tiny Bookshop. You get this little I want to say carriage, little trailer. You put up a pop-up bookshelf. You sell books, maybe more of a library type deal. It looks cute. It's cozy. You're putting a bunch of bunch of books on the shelf. I'm dying. It's a long weekend. But yeah, you make books, and there's a demo out now, which I've already downloaded, and I will be playing. I like to think I'm playing them today, but between ending the podcast, getting lunch, and then being like, oh, I got to stream in a couple hours with Nerdstorm. We'll see what happens. We'll see. See how many demos get in there.
Yeah.
It's Next Fest next week, so we got games to play, baby.
Oh, we do. I'm gonna take the next one, but you get to say the title.
Oh, E.T. No, I said, listen, I took high school French, and I said ete. And they're like, Danny, you said it wrong. And then they basically went like, yeah, ete. I'm like, that's what I said.
You're
but
right.
now I say ET out of protest.
But yeah, basically this is a relaxing painting. It's not pronounced that way though.
It is ete. That's what I said. Yeah. Y'all crazy.
So basically this is a relaxing painting game set in Montreal, where you get to color the city to explore it and to create artworks on canvas. You get to collect stamps in your album and then use those stamps to create new paintings, and it looks fantastic. It looks like, what's it called, the other French game that released last year? Hang on.
My God, I was gonna be like The Unfinished Swan that you said last year. I'm like, oh,
no,
I got no clue. I got no clue.
I can't remember.
Is the one we talked about recently on the podcast? The one where he was like making the music and stuff with the note, like that you had played. I can't think of that one. It was another black and white one.
It's not black. No, it's not that one. It's a place in France. The name, I just cannot remember it.
Dordogne.
Right, Dordogne, yes.
That's the one.
Yeah.
Bet.
It reminds me of that, like
yeah.
the watercolor vibes.
Yeah,
it's there.
Hell yeah! Did I say Dordogne right, or is it Dordogne?
It's Dordogne.
Nah, I like Dordogne. That's another one.
Listen. Apparently, I'm pronouncing ete incorrectly as well. So
you guys are. Oh, come on, Daphne. Let me breathe. Let me get up. It's E.T.
E.T.
You want it right, you don't get it right. Anywho's assholes. Ete, E.T., Etamatopia looks great. Next up, we saw Discounty. This is a game I've been following for a minute. I think I'm friends with the devs on TikTok and or Twitter. I can't remember. But if you like Stardew, it's one of those city shop. Well, you open up a shop, you're selling, your wares, your food, your snacks. You're like a gas station without the gas. You manage the shop, you organize your shelves, you check customers out. It looks like it's a fun little mini game where you actually scan each item and drag it across the thing. It just looks so cozy. It looks so fun. I keep saying I've been planning to do like a games I follow on Twitter video, and Discounty has been like the thumbnail sitting in my drive for the longest time. Yeah. This one looks fun. Crinkle Cut Games got something cool going on here. No date, I believe. No demo with that one either. Oh no, just 2025. So.
Okay.
Hell yeah.
That's still a way off.
Still a little bit, but it could be January 2025. It could be December 31st, 2025. Could be February 39th, 2025. They could make up a date, but like, psych. It's lost another dimension.
Next up, we have Rooster, which is a story-rich casual puzzle adventure celebrating the best of ancient Chinese culture. The cool thing about this game is that it has like all these different kinds of gameplay. It's not just a point and click. It's not just a tower defense. It's not just. It has like these different vignettes of play, and I'm really like interested to see what this is gonna turn out like.
Yeah, dude, this one looks cute. I wasn't prepared for like what it was gonna be, and they're like each Zodiac Stein has a different like mini game style. There was like we'll do an RTS. Like, oh, okay, wasn't ready for that. Bet.
Yeah,
but no, the vibe, the style looks awesome.
It does.
Next up, we had a little sizzle reel of some upcoming Playdate games. I was not fast enough to write down any of the names, so I didn't put any of them. But if you want to, for like the 10 of us that own Playdates right now, because, you know, we in the club.
Oh, wow. Just rub it in. Just rub it in.
If it makes you feel better, the box is empty. See?
That doesn't make me feel better
Look,
at all.
it's empty.
It means you've been playing it.
Nuh-uh. I have been. I'll be hopefully doing a video sometime next week now that I have access to some stuff. And then not this coming week, but the following one will be a podcast where I sit down with Jacob McCourt and we talk Playdate, what games we like and stuff like that. So I'm not mean. I told you I wouldn't look at chat. They call me. I'm not mean. I'm a loving friend. I'm a nice guy. It's my birthday today.
You are slightly mean.
Well, this is some bullshit. We're ending the podcast. We're fucking done. Playlog's over. Playdate's over. No, it isn't. Okay, it's my birthday the day this podcast goes up, so please like the video and share the podcast and stuff because it's my birthday. It's all I ask for my birthday. Please and thank you. Yeah. Anyway, where are we at? Playdate. I'll power through that one because I didn't have much to say, but there were some cool looking games. I couldn't tell you the names of them, but I'll be going back to that reel and wish listing them on the Playdate website later. But I'm gonna steal the next one just because I didn't have much to say on that. So Into the Emberlands, not new. I think we've seen this one a couple times before. It looks super charming. I mean, that's everything in this showcase. I'm trying to think. I think you had said it looked like something else, or maybe I did. I forget. Top-down, isometric kind of deal. Venture out into the Emberlands and uncover an ever-changing world filled with surprising encounters and mystical creatures. Save villagers who got lost in the miasma. Collect resources and rebuild your village to create a safe haven for your people. Looks like it's coming out sometime this year, still 2024. And there was a demo that dropped today. June 19th, by the way. June 19th, early access. Steam doesn't have the date yet, but we got it in the trailer.
Okay.
So. Looks cute.
Cool.
Looks fun.
It does.
It's no teeny tiny town, but...
Itty bitty.
Itty bitty. That's what I said. Itty bitty town. I copyright both. Teeny tiny, itty bitty, they're mine.
All right. Next up, we've got a Picross game, which I am very excited about. It's called Squeak Cross Home Squeak Home. Isn't that just wholesome? Basically, you solve Picross puzzles, and those puzzles turn into furniture to decorate the perfect home for your rodent friend. It looks adorable.
Yeah, dude.
If you like Picross, this is just going to be another one of those that you have to pick up.
I'm going to hop on Twitter later and find the trailer. Because if you guys saw our PAX panel, Dave Jackson was polling for Picross 3D for like best Nintendo DS games. And unfortunately, I kicked off. Spoiler alert. But I'm going to be like, Dave, it's time to come back, baby. When we doing a Squeak Cross episode of Tales from the Backlog? Let's get it done, baby. Speaking of which, sometime next month, there should be a special appearance on Tales from the Backlog. What will it be? What we'll be talking about? You'll find out later, but not today. Ooh. It's a game I haven't played yet, and it's bad that I haven't, but a lot of people like it, so we'll see. We'll get there. But nah, Squeak Cross looks awesome. Again, as someone who hasn't like played Picross, and then you mentioned
Murder by Numbers.
Murder by Numbers. Yeah, I was gonna say Math by Crime or something. I didn't know what it's called. Yeah, I haven't played him yet, but yeah, it looks fun. So that might be my first Picross game then. Cool.
But if you like it, go back to Murder by Numbers.
Yes,
that one is so good.
Math by Crime.
Math by Crime.
It's a good one. I kill people by solving equations. But next up we had Critter Cafe. Welcome to your Critter Cafe. Seek out fantastical creatures in need of your help and build a new home together. So yeah, you run your own little coffee shop type deal, and there's a bunch of these little ugly characters, but like cute ugly. There's a big old duck. He's got his eyes in the side of his face. Let me find this duck. I'll show the duck. Hold on. I gotta show you guys the duck. Where's he at? Audio listeners.
That's not a duck. That's real.
That's a woman. There's a duck. Look at him. Look at this duck. He's got like fins on his neck, and then his arms like T-Rex arms. Look at this duck. He's got high heels. I think it's just the shadow outline, but it looks like he's wearing high heels. That's my duck. He ugly, but he's my duck. I like him. If I could run a Critter Cafe of just the duck, I'm in. But yeah, that one looks freaking awesome. Super excited to see people get in that one. I don't know if I'll dive deep in, but if I can get it and get the duck. Sorry, I had Twitter open and I see people are finally playing Replaced at Summer Game Fest, and like didn't know that game was still alive. You know, they were like the Pixar ones, like, oh, it's so pretty, but people are finally playing it. So like that tweet. Anyway, distracted. What was next?
Let's move on to the next one then, and that is Garden of the Sea.
Yeah.
It's a chilled out life sim where you play, craft, and explore across magical islands. I just checked, and apparently it used to be a VR exclusive. That's now getting a flat version.
Cool.
Yeah, because we both noticed in the trailer that both of us were like, "This is VR," and then it said we're coming to Nintendo Switch.
Yeah.
But I guess it's a flat version of that VR game. It looks cozy as hell.
Yeah, I'd have to guess.
Yeah, go ahead.
If you can like use the Joy-Cons and do the hand stuff, and it's like the triggers, like the grip and whatever, it's just that simple. I could totally see that being the Switch version. That way they don't have to like totally. I'm sure they have to do a bunch of changes to make it run on Switch and flat version anyway. But if it still keeps that VR feel to it with the grips, I can see that.
But I think it said Steam Deck as well. So
yes, it did say Steam Deck. Listen, if I just rip the sides of my Steam Deck off, right? If I just wait, let's play. I could do it. I can make it work. D-Brand, cool skin, by the way.
Yeah, it is.
Might have something about them later, but we won't talk about that right now. But yeah, no, Garden of the Sea looks really cute. I love the style. It's one that, like, if it was on PlayStation VR, it might be like, I might pull out my VR for this. I'm gonna try it. But we live, we dream. After that, we had Fantastic Haven restore the equilibrium of magic by saving endangered fantasy creatures, build your shelter to welcome and protect them, explore unique regions, rally neighboring populations to your cause, and rehabilitate creatures in their natural environment. We're getting that spot where a lot of them looked very samey, like where it's not samey like, oh, there's no difference, but I'm like, shit, which one was this one again? There was a lot of the Zoo Tycoon-esque animal ones. I think it's one that started with like mages, and then we both went mages. So like, it looks fun. It looks fun. I'm sure there's someone out there more equipped to like compare this to the other ones. But like, it's different for these reasons. But fantasy creatures. I think this one also had a cool ass deer. So we stand that.
Yeah, that was this game. Yeah.
Hell yeah, big deers.
Yeah. Okay, so. Yeah. Next up, if you liked your Souls-likes better with crabs, how about your strategy games with crabs?
Crabs.
This is Crab God, an atmospheric underwater strategy game where you guide your crabling colony through wild ocean depths and defend the egg of the next crab god. Restore and protect diverse coral reefs, making a difference in the real world as you progress in-game. Make waves, praise the claw.
Praise the claw.
Praise the claw.
Yeah. No, that looks
This one looks adorable.
So fun looking. Like, I'm not one for like the baby. What I put on the doc, I said Crab God. I'm trying to find on the list. Crab Babysitter Sim. Yeah. No, it looks fun. It's like a 2D side scroller. They like cut up weed, like seaweed and stuff to eat, and they'll like go back to mom and then hatch more eggs and everything. It looks fun. Like, I don't want to make it like a clicker type deal. Like, I don't think it's a cookie clicker. Like, just click the thing till it goes. But it seems very just like kind of sit back, let the eggs incubate, do their thing, take care of the babies, move on. So, yeah, I think people will find like an ease and a peace with that one. And then the art style's really pretty.
It is. Although that crab god in the background looks like slightly, I don't know.
They're just crabbing. They're just crabbing. You know, they ain't doing too crazy. They're just crabbing. Speaking of crabs, hold on. I put out a tweet for like Gamescom the Next Fest, and the Spell Brigade put their Twitter in there, and it looks like there's a bunch of crabs. It's like a Vampire Survivor, and there's some big ass crabs. So,
okay,
there you go. If you like crabs, I think that's 3 crab gift.
Crabs are the new frogs, you know.
Crabs are the new frogs. Let's see. After Crab God, we had Isla, a Frosty Glide. We'll go Isla. Isla, a Frosty Glide. Set foot on a magical island and immerse yourself in a whimsical small open world as Isla, a spirited young witch in training with her trusty skate broom. So you're basically exploring this world on a broom that has like a skateboard for the main body. So you're just like skateboarding around. I'm sure you're doing tricks. You're flying through like rings and collecting money and stuff. I don't want to go as far to say like short hike vibes, but like maybe comparable. With like the voxel style of like a Ravenlock or a Echo Generations. So this one looks fun. The main character looks cute. She had like little pink hair, witch hat. I'm excited to see the tricks. You seem more interested in like the skating part. Like, oh, skate broom. I need one of those.
I just hope that the game is more than just like the gimmick of the skate broom.
Yeah, hopefully.
Yeah, but we'll see.
Looks dope. Looks dope.
Yeah.
I mean,
next up is one that friend of the channel, Daphne, was very excited about. Sally. Sally is a life sim game about community and belonging. Embark on a grand journey aboard a magic flying ship. Navigate daily life as a kid with a diverse crew unique to every game. Craft, cook, farm, build, and explore the skies as you become who you want to be amongst your found family. So it looks fun. It looks like I already figured that this was going to be something that Daphne would like, because it feels very in the same vein of like games like Sandrock.
Yeah, for sure.
If you're into like that kind of life sim, this is going to be something for you.
Yeah, and then like the whole thing takes place in that big ass airship, and I'm like, listen,
yeah.
I don't know if the game, like all the gameplay is there for me, but there's an airship, so I'm like, listen, I might fly around in that bitch because I like fun. I like fun. Yeah, dude. Style looks charming, really charming. And then I don't know if you said, but yeah, that one does have a demo.
Yeah, I didn't mention it yet. No.
I had to pull it up. I saw Lucid Tales was the dev, and I'm like, they've worked on anything before? It seems like it's their first title, at least self-published anyway here. So
let's see. No, first title.
There we go. Go Lucid Tales. Oh boy, here we go. Next up, we had the big guns come in. Fellow Traveler came in and said, hey, you want to see what games we're working on? He said, okay, what you got, Fellow Traveler? Put out quick little snippets for Great God Grove, Times and Galaxy, Kulabra and the Souls of Limbo, Pine, and Afterlove EP. All demos that I think, yeah, I've played all the demos for these.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, I've enjoyed each of these games to some degree. I know we talked a couple weeks ago on Love After EP and where I was kind of down on that one versus others. But Times and Galaxy was great. Thinking back to we played Kulabra and the Souls of Limbo, very Paper Mario-esque. And like, I'd probably say that's my favorite demo from this list. Followed closely by Great God Grove. That's a lot of one of like taking words and being like, someone would be like, man, no one ever talks nice about me. I wish someone would just praise me for once. You go to the boss and they'll be like, I was talking to my wife and said, honey, this is the best thing you've ever done. And then you like steal that audio, walk back to the other guy and be like, honey, this is the best thing you've ever done. He's like, the boss said that about me? Oh, come on in, pal. And like, it's a bunch of that. So like, it's really cool. Yeah. I was digging the demo for that one. Really fun. That's from, the Smile For Me guys. I always forget the dev team, but, really cool one. And then Pine, again, I was saying the demo is a little repetitive because you're going through the like, you're starting off with like, I just lost my wife and like my life's not the same without her. And then you're seeing the like, I'm going through the routine. This broke. Normally she would fix this, or like I haven't been keeping up with this because I've been too busy being, mournful and everything. So I think we're getting past that part, kind of where the demo ends. So I'm interested to see where the gameplay evolves from there. But it's still fun.
Yeah. Okay. I get that. Yeah. It's interesting that they've got two games about grief right after each other here, because Afterlove EP comes to us from the people behind Coffee Talk, but they actually lost someone in their team as well. So I feel like the story of grief will be really, well, how would I say this? It's gonna be really personal.
Yeah. No, I think those are like important, right? This comes back to like the indies touching on things that AAAs won't. Like, I remember having a deep connection with like the father-son relationship in God of War, because it's like we're butting heads. I'm like, yo, dad, same. And then being like, we kind of understand each other now, just not perfectly. I'm like, yeah, same. And like, I don't have a lot of other examples of AAAs where I'm like, in my heart, I feel this connection to this. And indies, though I can't sit here and say like the feeling of loss has hit me this hard. I still have both my parents. I haven't had that like dramatic loss in my life of someone I'm that close to, but I'm sure in that time, when that time comes, like feeling that relationship from what I've played in games like Pine, like Love After EP, like any of the other hundreds you can go down this list and talk about, like I think that's a place to go for that somber like relation. I mean, like, yeah, someone else out there knows what I'm feeling, and indies be doing that for you.
Yeah, absolutely. Then after Fellow Traveler took the stage, we had Dungeons of Hinterberg make another appearance as they
Yeah,
are
we did.
releasing another demo for the Steam Next Fest.
Speaking of which,
For the people who might not know, if you've listened to this podcast, then you know this game by now. But if you don't know, this is basically Legends of Zelda in Austria.
yeah, honestly, kinda. I definitely made the Breath of the Wild comparison, but no, that's that's right. That's right.
The full game is coming out on July 18th, and I can't wait to play it.
Like 7 other games too. It's this Shim and Bo Path of the Teal Lotus, and I'm like, all 3 of these on the same day? Why?
Because July is the new May.
Man, it's crazy. It's gonna be a big day. I've been meaning to make a TikTok. I need to do that where I'm like, you guys may not know this, but July 18th has some bangers coming out, and I just quickly talk about the 3 games that are there, and I'm sure there'll be another one by then. I'm like, shit, now this one too. Damn.
Yep.
But yeah, no, I've talked plenty of Dungeon Hinterberg. We don't, linger on it too long. I'm sure we'll talk about it again when the game actually comes out. If I recall, this is the Game Pass Day 1 game there too. But yeah, Hinterberg, new Next Fest demo. Got to jump in that. I'm hoping I'm seeing more of like the later combat type areas. But yeah, cool shit.
Yeah, I think the new demo is gonna be focused more on the puzzles than actual combat.
I'll take that too. And if I get to flirt with some of the characters more, even better. You know what I mean? I gotta find my person in this game, dog. Oh man. But then after Dungeons of Hinterberg, another dope ass game getting a demo, Fruit Bus, coming out sometime here in October. But if you haven't heard of Fruit Bus, we did a trial period a while back. Your grandmother passes away. She hands you her food truck, which is you're making like fruit salads, fruit smoothies, all kinds of different stuff. And as you progress, you're unlocking upgrades for the van. You're getting ovens, blenders, extra shelves, all that stuff. You drive the van around, park it. What do you want? They're like, I would love it if you made this type of food for me. You cut it up on the table, put it in the bowl, like, thanks. They give you a tip. It's routine. It's pretty fun. I've seen some of the things change as far as controls. I keep calling out, like, in the first demo they had, you'd have to put all the items in the backpack, and it was more of like a hitbox item. Like you actually, hey, my Dungeon of Hinterberg demo installed. They just heard like the ding from Steam. But yeah, you had to put the items in the bag, and then when you went back to the bus, you had to like reach in, move it, reach it, almost like VR style without the VR control. And that didn't feel great. That felt really slow and cumbersome. And it looks like now you kind of open the bag, you just like ting 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 ting, like button input to put stuff on the table. So that looks like a major improvement. So I'm excited to get my hands on it again and see like how much has changed. Fucking Fruit Bus, baby.
Yeah, that one's been on my wish list for a while now.
Yeah. We're also at 688 wish list at the moment, so
I'm waiting to like add everything after the stream.
Yeah. I keep pulling up the Steam pages just to make sure I'm keeping track. I'm like, oh well, while I'm here. Just
Okay, so next up we've got Free Ride, and Free Ride is a game about you, because the demo that you can download right now is actually called Free Ride: The Personality Test.
Oh shit.
Yeah. You board a train to the spirit world in this oddball RPG, where you make friends, use telekinesis. I have no idea how to pronounce that.
Yeah, telekinesis.
Find secrets.
E.T.
Consume ice. Consume ice cream and chart your own path. Each character is uniquely troubled, and in helping them find their way, you might just find yourself too.
Find myself too. Hell yeah.
Yep. It looks cool.
Dude. Yeah, this one looked awesome. There was such a vibe about this one. There's like all these mystical characters, but none of them look like, oh, that's a demon, like scary. Like some of them look weird, obviously, some kind of demonistic, but they were all cozy looking. There's one dude, it's like some galaxy tech, like the Fortnite Galaxy skin you got with the Samsung. It was that kind of thing, but she was turned upside down, everything. But this looks cool. This is a vibe. So yeah, you guys will hear a ba-ding in a second because this demo's downloading as we speak. So. But yeah, I'm excited for Free Ride. Definitely one of my biggest takeaways from this one. Next up we had Kamaru, a Frog Refuge. I talked about this one in my upcoming June video releases. you run a refuge for frogs. You'll take different ones. You'll breed, take DNA, you'll splice it and make new breeds, new colors, all this different stuff for frogs. You're upgrading the area by putting in new plants so frogs are happier and cozier. There's wells, all this different stuff. You're basically building your own little habitat for frogs, having a good time with it. Looks like a really cute one, and that came out today alongside with the Wholesome Direct. So you can pick that one up right now on Steam, Switch, and Xbox, I believe. If I'm wrong about those, Topher said it, not me.
Sure. No, I think this is one of those games that just if you like your Stardew Valleys, you're gonna enjoy this one.
Yeah.
Next up, we've got Lost and Found Company. It's a hidden object adventure in a cozy and immersive world. You join a cast of quirky characters on their epic journey across countless magical locations. Find lost items, solve puzzles, and help a tiny dragon regain her power. That sounds like a bad idea.
Yeah, a little bit. We saw this when we were like making remarks to support where like a tiger jumps in and like attacks a table. We're like, just a tiger. And they're like, I don't know if I want to be in this town. It just seems a little dangerous here. But
yeah.
Nah, the art style is great. The character animations were like probably the highlight for me on this one. Where I'm seeing like little like dances and stuff, but really cute. Really cute. And yeah, I want to check out that demo and wish list. $6.89. Let me see. Next up, ooh, this one's exciting. This was Little Lands, also known as Itty Bitty Town. This is one they had a demo at PAX, is behind closed doors. My appointments didn't line up, so I didn't get to sit and play this one. But I heard other people talking about it. They seem to love it. The demo's supposed to drop for this one. It's currently not up on Steam, so I'm expecting the next couple hours. But it is a very Link's Awakening like remake style animation with the little 3D models. In Tiny Lands, the Tiny Lands region is brimming with strange characters and magical landscapes to discover if you know where to look. For a big-headed little youngster like you, every moment exploring, growing berries, searching for buried treasure, or walking through these lands can be an epic adventure. Cozy. Looks really cool. I feel like you just say cozy with all of them. But I really dug the Link's Awakening style to it. Playing the Switch remake was the first time I ever played Link's Awakening, and I love that. So this seems similar with maybe a little more. I don't want to go too far and say Stardew in it. It doesn't seem like it's got all the Stardew bells and whistles, but it looks just as cozy. I'll say it again. But.
I'm trying to find the next game.
Yes, I know. I never got the name. What's the rabbit game? Rabbit game. Usagi Shima. I spelled it wrong. Usagi Shima.
Usagi Shima.
There we go. I should have updated the doc here. Usagi Shima. I googled Usami Sami. No?
Not finding it on Steam.
Oh, is it not? Oh, it might be a mobile one.
Oh, that could be.
If I look up just the game, I see it on Play Store. I see it on Apple. Yeah, okay, it might be on. No, it might not be on Steam. Forgive me, I'm mute for a second so I can blow my fucking nose.
But basically, Usagi Shima is the cute bunny game.
Cute bunny game.
Yeah.
Sorry, guys, can see Topher's face move around. My bad.
Basically, you embark on a bunny-filled journey in Usagi Shima, where you transform an abandoned island into a cozy haven for adorable bunnies. It's an idle game that looks pretty adorable. It has the cutest bunnies I've ever seen in a game. And they were featured in a previous edition of the Wholesome Direct. Yeah. So we just got back to them here, and was there any news on them? We didn't write anything down.
Maybe. If you like rabbits, look it up. Because if you haven't heard of it, it's all new to you.
Yeah. But then onto a game where I do know what happened. Minami Lane is a cute, like, what would you call that? A road.
A road like it's a road.
It's a management sim where you like manage an entire street.
Yeah.
That launched earlier this year, I think in February, and it's coming to Switch, which just seems like the perfect home for it. The art style is adorable. It's inspired by Japanese culture. I think this game is going to be right at home on the Switch.
Yeah. Very dope. Very dope. Yeah, I think at this point, Doot, one of the it's Doot, and I always forget. She has a funny name. It's
Bleep Bloop.
Bleep. Yeah, they worked on Minami Lane together after Doot put out. Oh, what was the frog? Like
Froggy's Battle.
Froggy's Battle. So I think those both came out here in the last like year. It might not have been 2024, but like within the 365 days. So yeah, 2 bangers back to back. Great games. But I get to talk about the next one, which I'm glad I got this one because it's Pool. Out now. It is basically the watermelon game, the Suika game, but it's pool balls. You match the balls, they grow, they get bigger. You know, I'm sorry about saying growing balls. I apologize. But nah, this one was like a fun surprise. I have Suika game on my phone, and I usually only play it when I'm like, I'm going to bed, but I'm not quite ready to pass out yet. So I'll play a match. I'm like, oh, I lost. This is dumb. And then I'll just turn it off. But Pool looks great. And I spell it that way. I do it that because it's like 4 O's, Pool. There it is. Yeah, drop today. It's $4 on Steam. So I will probably be grabbing that. That seems like a fun Steam Deck game. So
I think so, yeah.
Wish list, add to cart. I have 2 items in my cart. Oh yeah, 9 souls.
Items?
I have to pick up 9 souls.
Oh, 9 souls.
Not enough hours. I need a second Danny. But yeah, if you like watermelon game, there's a new one. You can play it on Steam.
Yeah. What's it called again?
Pool. Also, the logo's a rainbow, so Pride Month. There you go.
Nice. Next up, we've got a sequel, and it's Tiny Lands 2.
Yeah,
where
baby.
Where you dive into like these tiny dioramas and find the differences between both of them. That's basically all that the game is, but it looks fantastic. It like you've got this ice cream cone with people sliding down the ice cream. There's a lot of creativity on show here, and it looks fantastic. I think the first one, let me check.
So yeah, I just pulled that one up. That one's out too. It's interesting because in the showcase they made it seem like this one in like new 3D. Like I was assuming the first one was very much like Where's Waldo 2D, but it is still 3D models, 3D stuff. Like the first one still looks dope, and it's like $7 on Steam. But yeah, just to pull up because I want to show Tiny Lands too. This one looks really cool. But yeah, if you know those like those hide and seek, what are they? I Spy books from like elementary school, very much those vibes. And you have to find like the differences between the two sides. Even as I'm sitting here looking, I can't find one off the rip. But no, this looks gonna be really fun. I'll probably go back and try Tiny Land 1, just so I can get the feel of it. But yeah, that one's on the list. Wish list. But Tumbly's grumbling. But yeah, Thailand's looks great. But after Thailand's, we got a new trailer for Moonstone Island, which was already announced coming to the Switch, but we got the date of Switch version coming out on June 19th. So that's really exciting. Another one we've both like looked at, like this is fun. I played the demo, but like I need to sit down and play the game. I've already bought it. It's sitting in my library. I've shown my support. I just got to fucking play the damn thing.
I did start playing it because it has all of my favorite things. It's basically like Stardew Valley meets Pokemon meets Slay the Spire.
Yeah, it is.
Which is just that sounds like a game that's made for me. The only thing that has like managed to like not hook me in yet is the conversations, because you don't like you talk to people, but all you read is hang on, what was it again? I can't remember.
Was it like
you don't actually have that? You don't actually have dialogue. It just says option 1, option 2, or option 3, and that's it. And then you get like a reward if it worked or if it didn't work, and that's it. There's no real, there's no real conversations there. So I don't know why like they took that apart. Yeah.
Well. Bad game. Don't play it, guys.
No, it's not a bad game. It really isn't. I plan to return to it.
Yeah. No, I feel you. Yeah, no, the game looks great. I'm excited to see like the monsters and stuff. I've seen some of them in the trailer. I'm like, shit, I never met this guy. There's like a little lizard dude somewhere. I'm like, he's cute. I want him. Yeah, dude. Moonstone Island. If you haven't played it yet, you don't have PC. It's coming to Switch, so check it out there.
Yes. Next up, we've got a reminder that Rolling Hills Make Sushi Make Friends has just released on the 4th of June. You can pick that one up on Game Pass if you have Game Pass. It's basically you are this adorable little robot and you open up a sushi restaurant. I don't think I need to say more to sell this to you.
That's it. That's it. Play some sushi, guys.
Yeah.
After that, we got On Your Tail. We saw this one at an Indie World Showcase, I think, earlier this year or last year. But it is this world with anthropomorphic animals. You're playing as a detective. Embark on an intriguing seaside getaway you'll never forget in On Your Tail. A sleuthy, story-driven 3D life sim of relaxation, investigation, and knowing how to play your cards right. Again, Mutuals on Twitter. I've commented a lot of their stuff. This demo just dropped, so I'll be playing this for Steam Next Fest for sure. I'm excited to talk about this one, hopefully for next week's episode. But I guess this coming week episode. Timelines are weird. But no, I like the art style. It's one of those ones where as I saw the trailer, I'm like, this has got furry bait written all over it. And that's not a bad thing. Not a bad thing. Just sometimes it goes a little over the head. Sometimes it goes a little Rule 34, if you know what I'm talking about. So I was totally prepared for that. Not that I've gone looking. I'm sure it already exists, but we're not going to find that. We're going to stay away from that. But the game itself looks super adorable. I was going to say memorable as the studio name showed up, which was Memorable Games. So yeah, I'm excited to play this one. This looks cool.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm very excited about the next one.
Yeah.
I get to talk about Spilled. Spilled is this incredibly relaxing game where you are a tiny ship that needs to clean up the ocean, and it plays. It's the most relaxing game I've played since Stardew Valley. To be honest, I've played the beta because I backed the game on Kickstarter.
Okay.
And the game is getting a new demo with a graphical upgrade this summer.
Yeah,
and
the
graphical upgrade looks great.
So awesome. I can't tell without sitting and staring at them both side by side. They did like the sliding transition. I'm like, what exactly changed? I have to look and I'll do like my, did they upgrade this or that? I don't really know. But yeah, it looks awesome. The game's always looked great. If I recall, like on Twitter, there was like more of like a community support type deal to it. If I recall, wasn't there like a funds go to cleaning oceans, or am I making that up in my head? Or it's just like, oh yeah, dude, the game's about cleaning water. So we're cleaning water. So clean water.
I think it's just I don't
just
think the funds are going to. Yeah.
Damn. Never mind.
You're thinking of what's the game called? Hang on, I have it in my library. It's a game that's already out that has done that.
Okay.
What's it called?
Clean the damn water. Gotta clean some water.
Let me see. I can't find it.
Oh, good. I was just staring at Twitter, seeing all my friends at Summer Game Fest. I'm like, I'm mad jealous. I want to go. Listen, Jeff Keighley, next year, let's get out there. Let's bring the Playlog podcast guys out. We need to get out there.
Yeah,
okay?
That sounds excellent.
Yeah, I want to go to the Game Fest. Granted, we'll have to figure out what this looks like that next year if we do this, or we're like, we got a hotel room. We're gonna watch all the shit, but.
Terra Nil is the
Terra
game.
Nil. Okay, yep, that's right.
Yeah.
That's right. They did that. They did do that. They did do that damn thing.
They did do that.
Yeah. But no, Spill looks awesome. Again, following that one for a while. It looks great. I'm excited to play it. Let's see. Next up, we had The Palace on the Hill, a heartfelt story of ambition, struggle, and friendship, told from the perspective of a young boy in a fictional 1990s rural India. This one dropped today. Isometric style, kind of like explore the town, do your damn thing. It looks cute. I think I was immediately sold on this one to like drop everything to check it out. But again, having a shadow drop is always cool. You're like, bet you just play this one today. Someone who thinks it looks cool, thought it looked awesome. You can check it out right now on Steam.
Yes. Next up, we've got Traveler's Rest. This game has been in early access since 2020, and I believe that the July date is for the 1.0 release, but I cannot remember exactly.
That seems right.
Yeah, but basically you craft, farm, build, and cook, and you will become the best tavern keep in the realm. Basically, if you like your fantasy worlds, but you don't want to be the adventurer. You just want to be like the tavern keep.
Yep.
That's it.
Gator gone. heavy Stardew stuff, cutting down trees and shit. So if you like that part, you know, and you want to run a bar, there you go. There you go. I closed my damn tab. I didn't mean to do that. I needed it for the next game. Speaking of the next game, it is Petit Island. Welcome to the beautiful and tropical Petit Island, and it's P-E-T-I-T is one word, but it's like pet it, you know, it's like animals and stuff. Relive your grandpa. Oh, this is a cute description. Relive your grandpa's like PAW useful adventure by exploring the island and meeting all the unique islanders in this heartwarming open world narrative exploration game. Preserve his memories before they fade away. You play as this little cat. You're running around, you're fishing, you're taking photos, you're meeting other animals, you're riding an alpaca or a llama. I don't really know which one it is. It's fluffy, but nah, this one looks cute. Coming out 2024. Nothing on a demo for that one. Yeah, so Petit Island.
Our next game does have a demo live right now, and that's Albatross. Albatross with a Z at the end.
That's how you know it's cool.
Basically, this is this is a backpacking adventure RPG that will take you through some absolutely stunning landscapes. Like I played the demo for this on my Steam Deck, and my Steam Deck had trouble running it because it looked that good. But yeah, you're looking for your lost sibling. And the game is about knowing when to let go and start over.
I like the way that one looked. These were part of a sizzle reel, so they kind of like gameplay cuts to the next one, and went like transitions. So I'm like, we had animals and now we don't. I assume this is a different game. And then like the title card comes in later, so I'm like, okay, cool, separate game. And then next in that sizzle reel, we had Magical Bakery. Experience a life full of magic, challenges, and the joy of creating sweets that'll leave a spellbinding impression on your customers. I don't know if witch is the right term. It's a witch hat, so we'll go with witch. But you're running this little bakery. You have like your big old oven in there. You've got shelves, all the fun stuff. It looks cute. Looks fun.
It does.
I like my habit of doing two adjectives. I'm like, I don't know what to do next. How do I transition? Looks blank. And I just, how many times I've done that? That's just my thing. So
the next game is one you've all been waiting for. So, yeah, I went there. It's called While Waiting, and it comes to us from the developer behind Monkage. No idea how to pronounce it. Yes. And this is like a game where you have like these moments in life where you're waiting, and it's that in a video game. Yeah. Do you wait or do you get anxious like I do, because I am very impatient?
Facts.
And what happens when you get impatient? I think that's what's going to be interesting about this game. But yeah, it says that to like beat the game, you have to wait.
Yeah, I'm interested to see what that like means for the gameplay. Where like, is it start, because the one level that kept showing was like waiting for the bus. So it's like, all right, I'm waiting for the bus. Your character sits there at the bus stop. Is it gonna be? I immediately think of like the Mr. Beast challenge. If you know that, where he had like keep your thumb on the phone forever. You even see that one? Nope. He put out an app where you had to keep your thumb on the phone, and the last person to take their thumb off won like a certain amount of money. And I'm wondering if like I have to sit there and keep the game open and watch for something to happen. And like that was a terrible competition, because they would like, people would stream it and they'd be like, okay, Google, and like make the phone close the app to do the search, and then like the thumb would come off, so they'd lose because chat was trolling and stuff. Like it was all kinds of different stuff. Phones dying, the app crashing and everything. It was a bunch of different junk, but not that it has anything to do with this. But no, if it's like you open it, I look at the bus and I wait, and then it's like I have to pay attention when the bus shows up, then click the screen, and I'm like, got it, cool. Or if I miss the bus, like you failed the level, gotta go again. And if that's like a 15-minute wait time, is it just a 15-minute level? Is it random? Like, I don't know. I'm interested to see how that one functions.
Yeah, I'm looking at the trailer, and it does see you do stuff. Yeah, you have like a checklist of things that need to get done. So
okay,
I'm very curious. I have the demo on my PC right now, and I'm gonna play this one very soon.
So that might be the closest thing I get to Monster Bag, because Monster Bag doesn't exist anymore. Rest in peace, Vita. We miss you.
Oh.
I need a monster. Listen, they port that shit. I'll stream it day one. I will change plans. If you guys port Monster Bag, we'll stream it, please. I want to play Monster Bag again. Next up in that scissor we had Supa, Tale of the Stolen Potato. I want to say Sopa, but the logo is literally a bowl of soup, so I'm going to go with Supa. Miho steps into the pantry to fetch a potato for his grandma and falls into a magical world full of wonder. Meet quirky characters, venture through the depths of South America, and learn the importance of things we pass along in this unforgettable emotional narrative adventure. Someone else made a comparison. I think it might have been Daphne made a comparison to something else looking very, or maybe it was Kay. It doesn't matter too much. Looking like Luca on one of the other games. It might have been On Your Tail. But this one I think has a lot of Luca vibes with almost like it's not stop motion, but the form of like stop motion figurines, they kind of have that shape to their body. So like I dig this one. I think we've seen it for maybe the last 2 years, if I had to guess, at like Wholesome Directs and different things. But it looks really fun. It looks, I was gonna say charming again. I need more adjectives. I need a thesaurus after this.
It looks wholesome.
It looks wholesome, baby. Yeah, this one, Steam currently has it slated for Q3 2024. I don't think the trailer had any other dates on there, but yeah, it looks fun. I'm excited for that one.
Yep. And then we got another surprise drop because Tracks of Thought was supposed to release on the 10th, I think, and we got it today. And Tracks of Thought, you are on a train journey of self-discovery. As a lost ladybug, talk to everyone on board and uncover the train's secret destination in a wholesome card-based talk-em-up RPG.
Yeah, dude. Tracks of Thought is fun. And that one, like, when I played the demo during a Next Fest 2 years ago, whatever the take was, you basically play as this ladybug and everybody on the train's forgotten the memories, but as you're talking to one another, you're like, oh, here's the dialogue. If I'm nice this way, I get a new card that gives me this when I go to do combat. And it's not so much combat as much as like deck building conversations. And like, I really dug it. I haven't played it since that first demo, so I don't know how much has changed and evolved. But yeah, like I think somewhere I pulled said June 10th. So I don't know if just that website was wrong, or if they didn't seem to make a big hustle and bustle about it, but it did drop today. So it's out. It's really cute. If you want to be a ladybug on a train, Tracks of Thought.
Yeah.
And then to round out the show, we had a sizzle reel. See, my thought was like, what if we just do the back and forth, just read, don't talk about them? But I almost want to just go like down the list and see if I fucking die.
Okay, go for it.
But yes, as most showcases do, we said, by the way, we have a bunch of other games to show you today, and that includes Tukani Forest Keeper. I can't see your things on the name. Okay, you're still my name. There we go. Tukani Forest
incorrectly.
I see. Nom Nom Cozy Forest Cage. Curiosmos, Hermit and Pig, Letter Rabbit, Music Power Up, Dragon Shelter, Goodlands, Boreas, Monterana, The August Before, Opus Prism Peak, Space Sprouts, Broken Lens, Ringo's Roundup, The Start and EOS, dropping in July, by the way, can't wait, Tiny Tires, Dawn Folk, Umami Grove, Kitsune Tales, Building Relationships, Tidy Cauldron, Pup Champ, I think I might have spelled that wrong, Map, I gave about maps. Omochapon, yeah. Kato's Post Office, Wax Heads, Screenbound, EB Tapes. I think that's Katzel. No, it's Katzel. That seems right. Pretty Cool, Hero Kato, Delivery Hero, Hello Again, and Undusted Letters from the Past. I nailed that. Pretend like I didn't do any of the stuttering and stuff over it, and I nailed that shit. No, a butt ton of these look great. Just some call outs. I mean, I said there, a star named EOS. I played the demo for that last year, 2 years ago, from the guys who made Beyond the Frame. I was sure if it's Beyond or Behind the Frame. But that one's really cool. You're a kid trying to become a photographer like your mom, but your mom's out doing stuff. So you're kind of like, she taught me how to do this with photographs. Broken Lens, another like find the difference, but like you're a robot with like a broken like eye situation. We both got a little excited for Music Power Up, which seemed like you're making like Bit Crush music for indie devs and stuff, which seemed really cool. And then of course Hermit and Pig. There was no embargo in the email, so I assume I can say, but we each have a key for the demo that should have been out but got delayed for some reason. So we have like pre-access to the demo that should be up in a couple days, but I'm excited to check that one out.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah. Oh, and then of course Hiro Kato, friend of the show.
There's still a couple of games there that I want to give a shout out. Wax Heads is one that I've played the demo for, and that seems like it's a really good time where you you work in a record store. And then I just want to shout out, what's it called? Building Relationships, where you play a house that wants to find love, and it features realistic building movements. They mentioned that in the Day of the Devs trailer.
Oh man, dude, I love indies, bro. Because like if you read that title, like if you just read me the title, Building Relationships, I'm like, oh, it sounds like a what is it? Lo-fi beats. No, there's Spirit Lo-fi. There's a bunch of lo-fi games. I'm expecting something simple, like a conversation type deal, and like cozy letters, wholesome letters, letters to write, letters to read with, letters. There's a bunch of games. I can't think of the names. But if you told me Building Relationships, that's what I would assume it is. And then seeing the trailer, it is like a house rolling down the side of a hill. And I'm like, no shit. This is a house dating sim. Have you ever seen the short Lava, like the Pixar short, where it's like the lava, like he's like, I want to fall in love. And then the under volcano comes out from under the water and he gets drowned, but he finds the love in his heart. So he sings and now they live together as two volcanoes. Like I get that vibe from Building Relationships and I'm here for it.
I get that.
Oh, what a freaking adventure, dude. So many fucking indie games. I have to go through, either you were counting at home or I have to count myself, but when I post it on Twitter, I'll be sure we talk about this many indie games today with an actual number next to it, but I won't do that now because life's hard. But timestamp with that. There's the indies that we saw so far. And again, there were so many showcases right now. The Guerrilla Collective went on. I was tweeting about that live. So if you want to catch that thread, it's one of those annoying Twitter threads where it's just a bunch of shit. So like, I'm sure people try to scroll past it. Sorry for filling your feed, but you got to pay attention to indie games. After this, Future of Play, as well as the women-led games, both went on. So I'm going to check out both of those. Maybe make some cool tweets about stuff I see there. Indie games are here, dog. They out here, brother. Yeah. I'm excited.
Yeah, we didn't even mention the Day of the Devs.
Day of the Devs, I still have to watch.
A whole lot of... I'm not going to spoil it here for you, but there are a number of games there that I'm really excited for.
I fucking love Day of the Devs, dude.
One that they mentioned there that I will spoil is Simpler Times, because that got featured on a previous Wholesome Direct, and it just shadow dropped on Steam. It's available now.
Yeah, I played the demo for that one. I really dug it, and the fact that that one dropped, I have to put it on the wish list real quick. Hell yes, dude. Indies are great. Guys, thank you so much for watching. Anyone hanging out on Twitch, we appreciate you. Anyone watching us on YouTube after the fact, thank you so much. Don't forget, it's my birthday, so if you could like the video and leave a 5-star review on your audio services, I'd greatly appreciate it. But for now, I need some more Ricola, and I'm going to stop talking for a couple hours, because it has been a day. It's been a weekend. I'm tired. I think my nose is going to fall off. I don't really know yet, but we'll see. Topher, if the people on the internet wanted to find you, where would they go?
They would find me as Play Nice Kids with either dots or underscores on all of the media.
Yeah. Hell yeah. And of course, you can find us YouTube, Twitch, Instagram, TikTok, all the stuff at CGDandyB. Yeah. Hold on. I opened Twitch and I was talking over myself. Stop doing that. Let me see here. I want to, because we're doing this one live, I want to push into a raid. It looks like the Indie Maniac might be live doing some stuff. Oh, he's playing some of the demos. Let's do that. But again, guys, thank you again so much for watching. If you're here on Twitch, we're going to raid into the Indie Maniac, see what they're playing with this event. And I need some fucking food, baby. It's not getting food, dog.
Same.
Thank you for joining me in another episode of Playlog.
Yeah, thank you.
This is your bonus episode. This won't happen too often, but maybe now and again. But we'll be back for a regular episode on Thursday because Steam Next Fest is next fucking week, baby. Bye, losers.